Then I also have like an outlaw country song, which is just about like doing a lot of cocaine and being an asshole.
Amen. So that's how I live my life.
Yeah,
I need
exactly.
a shirt that says
I think that's the most relatable one of all. Yeah.
Black tears, they stain my broken cheeks. I'm like a dead black rose in the middle of the night. You abandoned me.
Kyle Gordon, welcome, man. You just did a great live session performance for us.
Yeah, thank you. And I recovered from my aneurysm, and now I'm back, and I'm ready to have a conversation.
Black tears, they stain my broken cheeks. I'm like a dead black rose in the middle of the night. You abandoned me on the side of the highway. Which highway? The highway of life.
That was intense. You're truly screaming out on that. So I was so stoked that you came in to do that, because a couple weeks ago I was talking to our front desk girl. Her name's Marie. She's 23. And she always tells us how old we are. So I was telling her, like, oh, if I ever put out music, you better love it. And then I came across the clip of My Life is the Worst Life Ever weeks ago. I texted it to her, and I said, this is what my music is going to sound like to you.
Black tears, they stain my broken cheeks. I'm like a dead black rose in the middle of the night.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you're here.
Yeah.
So that's perfect.
That's amazing. That's been a fun one that I've seen people saying is like, this is what my music sounds like to like my uncles. You
And
know,
it's so
like
true. I guess I want to dive into like your life, the characters you've created, the skits that you make. But let's just dive into first talking about the song.
Yeah.
My Life is the Worst Life Ever.
Right.
And it is your emo song.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been popping off. When I first heard it, it reminded me of old My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, exactly. That was, it's kind of, with all the songs I do, it's like a genre hodgepodge, like take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but like, obviously there's a lot of My Chemical Romance in there, and a lot of shots in the music video we stole like
directly.
from... Yeah,
That's great.
Exactly.
So how did the idea come to be for you to start embarking on this music journey? Because what you do, more or less, is you create a character that fully and authentically dives into whatever genre it is that you're making. You have done what? You've done a country song.
Girls are the best in the world. Every good person is a girl.
Yep.
With, what is it? Girls Are the Best?
Girls are the best. Yeah,
Girls
exactly.
Are the Best. And then there's the kind of like romantic-y, strange beach song.
It's like a bossa nova.
Bossa Nova, yes. That'll
exactly.
be it.
She's the ugliest girl on the beach, but I still want that piece.
Yeah, called Ugliest Girl on the Beach.
Ugliest Girl on the Beach, which when I heard that, you're describing a girl in it. It reminds me of my days of listening to Lonely Island, by the way.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. Everybody look at me because I'm sailing on a boat.
Yeah, me too.
But as you were describing the girl in that, I just wanted to see her come to life.
And her face, it is covered in mustard. Her gold eye is looking at me. And my heart, it goes via bubbles, via bubbles.
That's what obviously it crossed my mind. Actually, it's really funny. My brother, he edited a lot of the... Actually, he edited all the clips that I did for that song. So the social media clips and then the full official music video.
Yeah.
And in one edit, just to mess with me, he like drew
the person.
And didn't tell me. And then and he actually put it on a hat for me, so I have it. And it's just like a horrific monster.
She walks to me, approaching just like a camel. Her body is covered in bugs. So many strange little freaky type of bugs now.
The person you described,
Yeah.
I was literally thinking I should draw this and then hold it up and say, look who it is. It's your dream
I would
girl.
recognize, yeah. I think her face is covered in mustard. Her legs are two different sizes. She has giant teeth.
There's bugs all over her.
They're
She's
crawling
looking
with
at you
bugs.
with her good eye.
Yeah, a bad eye.
Which I can do a lazy eye. So,
Oh, that's good.
I mean, that's going to pick up that kind of girl.
Exactly. You're one way.
One step closer.
Yeah, one step
One
closer.
step
But we
closer.
love the ugliest girl. She's the real hero of that
Yeah,
song,
she's
truly.
the true hero of it.
Yeah.
But how did it all begin to where you started diving into exploring these different genres and then making spoof songs?
Yeah. Funny enough, so this song, My Life is the Worst Life Ever, this character, this pop punk emo, this is actually my like oldest bit. So I've been doing a version of this.
It wasn't a bit back when you were a teenager.
Well, okay, if you want to go that far, yeah, then no. But in college, I wrote a song called, and it was probably the first like comedy bit I ever wrote. It was called "I Really Hate My Stepdad."
I'm gonna say it to anyone, and I really hate my stepdad. No, 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 no.
And it was so more like Blinky, like skate punk-esque, but
We are Blink-182 boys here.
Oh, big
so
time. Me too.
please,
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy, I'll tell it in a little bit. Don't worry. I got a story about Tommy I tell in every interview when Blink-182 comes up. But carry on. So you had your typical "I hate my dad" angsty teenage song.
exactly. And it's actually on YouTube. You could see like actually we with a cajon and me, like my friend me on bass and then my friend playing guitar. It sounds atrocious. Yeah.
I will believe it when I hear it because I'm going to tell myself based off your music I've heard now it sounds great. So was this under the same name or the same concept of this silly project?
Yeah, same concept. But I mean, this was back in college, so I wouldn't have even known what to do with it. I just was doing
Here's a
it
funny
for my
idea.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, so I was and then moved to New York, started doing improv, and then I started actually this the first iteration of this kind of pop punk emo thing. It was called My Dark Little Corner, and I did it with like a full band, also a guy on cajon, and we would do it at like improv theaters. Comedically, I'm drawn to doing characters. That's what a lot of people know me from doing online, and like I never was a stand-up. I was always doing improv, or like when I would perform solo, I would do characters, and so that kind of led me my interests into like once I had this. It really all started with this pop punk emo character, and then I branched out from there, and probably Ugliest Girl on the Beach might have been the second one, and then it just snowballed.
She's the ugliest girl on the beach.
Yeah, and then Planet of the Bass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where stuff just took it to the next level, I feel like.
Oh, I've got an idea. World peace.
Oh, absolutely. It was crazy.
And that came out at the end of summer, I think, right
yeah.
around then.
Yep.
And it was literally all over the news. It charted on the billboards.
Yeah.
It was like garnering a worldwide response.
Crazy.
What led to the like creation of that song? Because it's so well done.
When the pleasure is a dream on a secret love, and the people want to make it fun.
DJ Crazy Times is a bit like in a voice that I've been doing like with my friends since college, and so that's where it started. And then over the pandemic, when I started doing more social media, I'd always been trying to figure out a way, like when I was in New York doing live shows, to like do DJ Crazy Times, but I could never quite crack it. And then over the pandemic, I started posting videos as DJ Crazy Times, but just him doing like David Guetta style, like ad libs, like everybody in the house tonight,
Hyping up everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw your interview with Zach Sang, by the way.
Oh, word.
Congrats on sitting in that character for the entire interview because that was
Thanks.
amazing.
Yeah,
My
that was
God.
fun. I was worried. I was like, I didn't know because I had never done it or I hadn't done something like that in a while. So it was fun though. It was really fun.
No, you nailed that. That was awesome.
DJ Crazy Times.
Thank you so much on that. Dream really do come true for you as well.
Yeah, I've been dreaming of having this interview with you for quite some time. What are you wearing?
So there's a full album in the works that's not fully out yet.
It's done. It's done.
It's
but
done. It's teasing me on like Apple Music and Spotify.
yes,
when
I know with all the track listing.
Yeah, so I got some because let's see. So we have got Crucial Life Lessons for Young Children by Michael Nice.
yeah.
What kind of guy is Michael Nice? Is he nice?
Well, no, not quite. But that's sort of a theme with a lot of my characters. They're not the best guys.
Yes.
And so, yeah, Crucial Life Lessons for Young Children is that's a fun one on the album because it's a little different. It's like a commercial for like a CD for children's music, so you get a little short snippet of each.
Oh, I love that. Like now, that's what I call music. Blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. Yeah, like the newest CD from children's music sensation Michael Nice. But the songs are not good songs.
They're not nice songs.
No, they're like telling kids to put plastic bags on their heads.
Oh,
And
like as it scrolls by the song name, it'll be like his hit song, "Play with a Bag."
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
he's like,
You are not allergic to nuts. Funny, I did like a charity gig back in New York for an elementary school. And it was funny, but it was for the parents, and it was very fun to see the reaction of all the parents.
being disappointed and shocked.
Yeah. They're like, oh.
Not what we were expecting. So when's the actual album going to be dropping?
March 1st.
March 1st. Oh, great. So that's coming up right around the
Sweet.
corner.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
What are some of the other genres on it that you're going to be exploring? Because I think we covered it. You've hit kind of country-ish, which was a great song. That almost had a musical vibe to it to me as
cool.
well. And maybe because I grew up on like South Park so much.
Oh, yeah.
As well, that they do such funny musical stuff with Book of Mormon and their stuff in general.
That's like a dream someday musical collab would be Trey Parker. Like, if it... I could die happy.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But so what are some other genres that you're diving into, if you can say?
No, yeah, absolutely. So I've already come out with the 90s, the Eurodance, Play on the Bass, bossa nova, like pop country, 90s pop country. Then this like pop punk emo. Then I have the children's song. Then I also have like an outlaw country song, which is just about like doing a lot of cocaine and being an asshole.
Amen. So that's how I live my life.
Yeah,
I need
exactly.
a shirt that says
I think
that.
that's the most relatable one of all. Yeah.
I killed a man in Kansas City, 'cause I thought he read my mail. And I was forced to leave Missouri when I skipped out on my bail.
Then I have like a traditional Irish like rebel song about murdering British people.
And we said, "Di-di-di-di-di-do, di-di-di-di-di, kill a fucking Englishman and throw him in the sea." Everybody,
Okay, good. I think it's about time that we talk about some of these important topics like that.
Exactly. And in the U.S., we should catch up to the Irish in their hatred of the British.
Yeah, let's not forget our past where we were not the closest of friends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then the other one and the last one is like late 2000s. Like I call it like SoCal beach pop. So like Colby Calais, Ingrid Michaelson, Jason Mraz, and it's called "I Love My Boyfriend," and it's about having the biggest boyfriend in the world.
And who's the artist who's singing on that song?
he's so big and I'm so small. I got the biggest boyfriend, in the whole wide world. He's got big, strong arms and a big, big head. He's the one that I love.
Melissa Hartsleeve.
Melissa, I think it was with two E's.
Yeah.
Melissa. So
Yeah, well, that's a deep cut sort of like Easter egg for my family, because when my sister was like a kid and she'd play with dolls, she would like give them like it was like what a 6-year-old girl's idea of a girly adult name was, and so Melissa and Heartsleeve were like the dolls she would play with.
those were her actual
It's sweet. It's
doll
sweet.
names.
Yeah. So when she heard that, she was like, "Oh my god!" But like, it does sound like it's like what a 6-year-old girl would think that like a cool adult girl's name would be.
So what's the plan with the music? Has it kind of turned into something you didn't expect?
In a way, I mean, the music itself, like, actually, funny enough, Planet of the Bass was the only song that I wrote just for the album. Everything else were bits that I'd been playing live
Throughout
in New
the
York
years.
for a long. Yeah, exactly. But like, my goal was always, because they're genre parodies, I wanted them to, like, with full production, and to actually have them sound like the real genre that I'm parodying. So even just making the album and having it exist is like, that's like mission accomplished to me. But also like being able to come out with like the music videos and extend like
Properly thought out and produced music videos that come
Exactly.
off just as legitimate as the song.
right. That's been the best.
So what is the music video side like of this to you? I love music videos so much that how do you come to bringing these to life? And what kind of teams are you working with? Because it isn't, again, this also reminds me of Lonely Island. Like
thank you.
the way
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it's like these high produced songs with the videos.
Right. And because I think the visuals are so important to get the whole idea across. It's more, it's just another way to like
Sell this story and character and just,
Exactly, yeah. So I have to give a big shout out to my college buddies. They run a production company in Ohio called Loose Films in Columbus. So Worst Life Ever and Planet of the Bass, I flew out to Ohio to shoot those
That's
videos.
sick. And I love that you did it with your college friends. I went to film school.
Oh,
so
cool.
Whenever I do projects with my film friends, I love that.
Honestly, and that was the thing, is like they had always, I mean, they saved my life, because when Planet of the Bass came out, we were originally supposed to, between when I started teasing it and when the song was supposed to come out, was supposed to be a month. And then the first video dropped and people went bananas, and they're like, we need it now. So we pushed up the release date, which meant that literally we shot the video we finished shooting on a Friday or Saturday. The video came out on Tuesday. So they literally stayed up for 72 hours
Those are
straight.
friends.
They are more like I owe them my life.
They are extensions of you.
Yeah,
that
it's
is so
really-
good.
I am their slave.
See, that's the risk with social media. Like everything you post, if it's a piece of original creative content, you hope it's going to get a good response.
Right.
And then when it unexpectedly does, and suddenly everyone's wanting the follow up of more, it's like, oh wait, no.
yeah,
This was what I had to
I was
blow
gonna
up.
take my time. La,
Like,
la, la.
I thought I needed 50 posts before this blew up.
Exactly. That was the thing. I had a whole, and that's to.
It
sort-
ruined your whole social media plan. You're like, all right, we're gonna post this. We're gonna hit this many views. Oh, we did it day one.
Exactly.
God damn.
Exactly. And like it was just crazy. And for those who maybe weren't like, part of the hype of it was that in each clip I had a different actress lip syncing.
That's right on par with the genre.
Exactly, right. And that was a thing they would do back in the 90s, like especially these European groups. They would just pump out these like,
These
you know,
hot model girls. So, and to
Yeah.
clarify, the song it's two vocalists, a girl and a guy.
Yeah.
And the girl on vocals. Every iteration of the song being released is a different girl doing the vocals.
Yeah, and the girls in the video, none of them are the actual singer.
The best part.
Yeah. So it was funny, like, because also exactly like you were saying, I had this plan that I was gonna roll all these out, but like on TikTok, it's very common to you create a lot of content to promote a song. So I thought people would like find it funny. When I released the second video, they were like, "How dare you bring the first girl back? You
I refuse to
monster!"
support you.
Yeah, exactly. But luckily, we brought her back for the official video, and I have not been assassinated. But
So things are still going well.
yeah.
are
So
still-
far, I don't know. Is there a red dot on my head? I don't know.
And then after the response of that, after you have a big release, I feel like the next is like, are we going to be able to keep this going? What's
Yeah.
going to come up next? And then the next track that you came out with, My Life is the Worst Life Ever,
Yeah.
seemingly had a fantastic social media run as well. So
Yeah.
what was the release like with that one and the response?
It's been great. And the coolest thing, well, one, because it's a song I've been doing for so long, it was sort of cathartic to get it out, but I was like, I didn't know, because it's like one of those things, like it's been so long since I wrote it. Are people still going to be into it? Is this something that people are going to care about? But like seeing the response from like people who are fans of like pop punk, emo, alternative music, embracing the song and like being psyched about the song, because yeah, like it comes from, you know, like that was amazing, and you never know how people are going to respond to it. So I was very psyched that everyone has like had such a great response and has a good sense of humor about it, and like yeah, it's been great.
And also, it was just a banging song.
Oh, well,
like,
thank you.
when I first saw the clip, I had a feeling it was parody. I wasn't sure though, because
Right.
it came off so genuinely like an emo song, and that time has been having a good comeback.
Yeah.
What kind of inspired you after years of having this character to finally do it? Because like my friend Johnny Gilbert, he's been popping off so much. TX2, who I've had in here a
Yeah.
number of times, his stuff is all over the socials.
And
You
I did a video with him. Yeah, yeah.
as well. I've
Yep.
been seeing emo and just the emo vibe
Yep.
come up so much lately. Did any of that have a hand in thinking, you know what, maybe this is the time to do it?
No, I think I just got lucky because I knew I wanted, because again, like it's a song I'd been performing live for a long time. Before this revival even really happened. But that's the thing too, especially with comedy and my own personal taste. Like I really try not to think too much. Actually, not at all. Like about like what other people are into, or like how fans might react to it, or I really just go off like, do I find this funny? And that's really the only problem, because if you start to think too much, like, is now the right time? Like, what's in right now? Like, is that, you know, that's how you end up, you know, losing your compass of like what you find funny.
And being genuine, you start
Yeah.
trying to force content to follow, like to be trendy.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think I'm guilty of not following through with enough of my own projects because I'm concerned about like, is this going to be dumb? Like, is this
So am
cringy?
I, and I wish it's hard.
But I wish I could more like you, just put it out there and not overthink it, because I think that probably makes it more enjoyable too when you're not overthinking it, and it's just if you're having fun with it, if you're liking it, if you're having fun with it.
Exactly.
If other people like it, that's even better.
Totally.
That's even better.
Totally. And I need to get back to it, because especially, I mean, I'm pretty good about it because I've been doing putting out content on social media for a while now. Like beginning or late 2020.
That's so insane now. 2024.
Yeah,
And,
I know. It's weird.
COVID hit in March 2020.
I know. Exactly.
Oh my god.
It feels like this all feels still very new to me.
TikTok, I
Yeah.
think, was it became the most insane platform where I feel like if everyone was putting in the time, there was a chance to do something cool with this new blowing up platform.
Which like, not to be cliche or whatever, but it's like it was very punk rock in that like all you needed was like a phone and a good idea and you could compete against like literally Jimmy Fallon doing the Tonight Show. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and speaking of Jimmy Fallon, did you collaborate with one of his producer or one of his writers on Planet of the Bass?
yeah, so Brooks Allison, who is one of his writers and also a great musician in his own right, great songwriter, and he also played bass with a band I love called Sloth Rust. I collaborated with him, so he co-produced Planet of the Bass. So I wrote I put together the first like demo version with him, and then sent it off to Jamie Siegel, who was
he's worked with Taking Back Sunday.
Yes.
Dashboard Confessional.
Patrick Stump.
Yes. That's rad. So that's cool that you had some actual people from this side of the music world involved on the track as well.
So that's the thing. I worked with him because he's really talented and smart and has worked in so many different genres, but like a niche he definitely has is like, he's a Long Island pop punk guy. So like this, Worst Life Ever, of all the songs, I was like, he's got it.
He's got it.
He's got it.
What was wasn't the character, wasn't Our Wounded Courtship, they're from Long Island.
Yes,
And
exactly.
they performed on Warped Tour 2007
Yes.
before disappearing from the world.
Yes, exactly. yeah.
And they're back now, so it only makes sense they meet
think
up with Jamie.
Yeah, exactly. The lead singer, he goes by Raven Shadowbane. His real name is Brian.
It's just a typical
yeah, but
Brian.
don't call him Brian. He gets really
That's
upset.
his birth given name.
Yeah, exactly. It's Brian Kerwin, but but yeah. After that, I think he works at AutoZone now.
Oh,
So-
good man. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
respectable job. He's got
course,
to
yeah.
pay the bills. How do you find which genre you want to go into? Because I'd imagine that's a fairly tough thing to. Every song, every style is so different.
Yeah.
And so, how do you decide what you want to write? And then, what are some genres you'd like to explore?
Yes. So how I one, when I'm thinking about writing a new song or parodying a different genre, I try to think about first, like, have I seen this genre parodied a lot before? Like, nothing's perfect. It's the internet. There's a million things doing everything. But like, I try to be like, oh, I haven't really, in my mind, it's like, I haven't really seen this parodied before. So that piques my interest to want to try to parody it. And then also like genres that have a very specific lyrical themes, just heightening it slightly, making it slightly cartoonish, like a little goofy,
Like Girls Are the Best.
Exactly.
Like
that was one of my favorite songs, because also that was definitely a genre I hadn't, because that's like Shania Twain, Dixie Chicks, now the Chicks,
yes,
the Chicks,
let's
the
get-
Chicks.
yeah, so
cut that,
cut
the
that
Chicks,
out.
yeah, the
The
Chicks,
Chicks?
the Chicks, the beep Chicks, Martina McBride, and that's also stuff like my dad and also my younger sister were big country music fans like that, so I
bet they loved that song.
they loved it, yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was something I hadn't seen parodied, and kind of like '90s, girl power kind of country songs.
Yeah, that song was all about that.
Yeah, exactly.
What's coming up next for you as the album gets ready to release? Is this going to be a tour? Would you mix a comedy set with a music set? Like, what's coming up?
So yeah, I'm going on tour in April. So I'm doing some West Coast shows.
Oh, you'll be out this way?
Yeah,
You got an
yeah.
LA stop?
Yep. So I've got two LA
We'll
stops.
be there. Tom,
yeah.
you haven't said a word because I've been so lost in this conversation, but we will be there.
Hell yeah, sweet. Yeah, so I'm doing in April, I'm doing a show out here, and then in May, I'm doing a show for the Netflix is a Joke festival.
We were just talking about that earlier today.
Yeah.
That is the coolest thing ever when it happens out here, because last year when it went down, like a couple nights of the week, every damn venue has the A-list stand-up comedians.
It's great.
So you're going to be participating
Yeah, I'm
in
doing
that?
a show there. Yeah, so
That's
at
sick.
the Elysian Theater. Yeah.
That's amazing. Will it be a mixture of music and of comedy?
Yeah, so I'm going to play all the songs on the album, and then I kind of have like little bits in between to kind of go between each song and transition, and I, change costumes and everything. But this will be the first time, this tour will be my first time touring with a band. So I'm very excited.
That's like the real deal.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, you know, I've always toured just me and my acoustic, but I want, especially now that the album will be out, like, I want people who come to see the show to have the show sound like the album. You know?
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Kyle Gordon, thank you for stopping by, for performing for us, and for chatting. Absolutely loved it all, and can't wait to see your show when you are back here in March.
Oh, hell. May.
Okay, sometime this year, I'm going
May
to see you,
6th.
and I can't wait. Kyle Gordon, have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. Yeah, super fun.
Say bye, Frankie. Give him a fist bump. Can you give a little fist bump? Come on. Look, fist bump. Oh, what a star.